This is my review for Wuthering Heights. Um, this film, this film was. I feel like half of this film was pretty good, pretty good. It was a pretty good movie. I just feel like the let me slow down. Um, this movie, this movie, I think what it needed. Like I said, I enjoyed myself. I did enjoy myself in this movie. I kind of dragged myself to the theater to see this. I really didn't want to see it, but the reason I really went to see this movie is because there was a movie I really thought I was not gonna like at all, which was Mercy with Chris Pratt. And I remember being in that theater laughing and smiling like, damn, I can't believe this part. I actually did enjoy that movie. And that experience really taught me something. I already kind of knew it, but it really taught me something that I need to remind myself is that sometimes trailers and stuff like that, it's just good to go to a movie. You never know, just see what happens. With this movie, it didn't really happen like with Mercy, but I did enjoy it. There was a good amount of this film that I did enjoy. First of all, the way this film is shot is so beautiful. Shot so beautifully. I need to look up where they shot this film. Everything is beautiful. You could tell the person cared about making this film for sure. The people making this did care about this film. You could tell. Um, the only thing that, and it's interesting, I think like the first half, probably a little more than half of this film is it's not just it's not enjoyable, but it's just like it's just nice to see. Like everything you're looking at is like pretty. The everything is visually striking, visually stunning, but ultimately, I think the story lacked in the later end, the latter end, because it's like I feel like they wanted you to care about this ending. I don't care. I don't care about the ending. The ending is a bit horrific in a way if you know what the ending is in this film, and I don't care. Like they didn't make me care about these characters. I mean, they tried, but it didn't work. Like these characters are unlikable. Like they should try to. They should make these character make it if a character has like a tragic end, you would like to make us care about the character. So when they reach the end, we're like, oh, but you don't care. You're like these characters are just they're not likable, and I think it was very miscast. Margot Robbie's a great actress. I will never take that away from her. She's amazing. She's even amazing in this film. It's just she's just so miscast. When I watch her, I'm like I don't know. I know this is from a book or something, but I feel like she was not the right person for this role. I just didn't fit when I was watching it. And in a movie like this, you need chemistry. I didn't feel any chemistry between her character and Jacob. But I just like I just feel like a lot of things are miscast in this movie. I just feel like the miscast is all over this place. Like Margot Robbie is very beautiful and attractive, and Jacob Elordi, like everyone well, I'm not gonna say everyone loves him, but I saw him in Frankenstein. He was amazing. I've seen Euphoria. Euphoria is amazing. Jacob Elordi is a great actor. He's a great actor in this too. I think it really lies on it doesn't lie on Margot Robbie. I just feel like if they were gonna miscast anyone, I feel like Jacob, he's perfect, but I feel like Margot Robbie, it's because there's no chemistry there. I think some people watch it, maybe they see chemistry because they're two sexy people, but you could put as much kissing scenes and like fingers and mouths and all this type of stuff, but if they don't have chemistry, it doesn't work. In a movie like this, you need chemistry. Without chemistry, it's just two sexy rocks kissing lips. It just like it doesn't work. And it's interesting because Margot Robbie had this. It's not a Margot Robbie problem. It really isn't. But the last movie I saw where there was no chemistry at all was A Big Beautiful Bold Journey with Margot Robbie and I'm forgetting the guy's name. He's a great actor as well. But there was no chemistry in that movie either, and that just didn't work. But I think the last film I saw that Margot Robbie actually had chemistry with someone, and I still remember the feeling of watching it, was Focus. Focus with Will Smith. Just me talking about it, I remember the chemistry. There was fire between Will Smith and Margot Robbie. Like you can't like. I mean, obviously everyone has different opinions, but all I'm saying is when I seen the movie Focus, I remember thinking, I was like, damn, like Will Smith and Margot Robbie, I could just imagine like them being husband and wife or dating. Like it was just sexy when they were like talking, and chemistry pops through this camera. If I bring my shorty or whatever, like if you see someone together and they're just laughing, or they're just like standing next to each other, and like literally 3 sentences, like if they just on camera and they'd be like, "Hey, babe," you could just tell if there's chemistry, and it'll go through the camera, and you'll see it and be like, "Damn, she really loves him," or you'll be like, "Damn, he really loves her." But with Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, there's never a moment on the screen where I'm like, "Oh, they really love each other." They could say they love each other till they're blue in the face, but I don't believe it. I don't feel. I don't. They can't make me feel the chemistry that's supposed to be on screen. It's just not there. They're just two sexy people acting. It feels like they're acting in a perfect play, which is a good movie in parts, but it's not chemistry. It's not. You don't feel. You don't feel that thing that you need to feel when you watch two people on screen. And if you felt that, then congratulations. Maybe you love this movie, but I did not feel that. Um, Also, they edited this movie very interesting when when she's getting married. Oh my gosh. So I'm not gonna spoil anything. All I'm saying is this. There's a portion of this film where, she's going to marry someone, and she's obviously marrying for money, right? And here's the thing. I've seen movies back in the day, where women are becoming spinsters and they have to go find a man and different things like that, and the man is courting them and different things like that, and they have all this money and stuff like that. Yes, I understand different times. Even now, women marry for money. It goes on forever, you know what I mean? But the point is, the way this film is edited is like, it's edited almost like high class prostitution. Because we already know that she's going to this guy for money. We know that. She says it basically. But the point is, the way they edit it is like she's getting jewels. There's a point in the film where she's getting jewels and stuff like that, and then she says yes, she says I do, and then they edit so much multiple times as the guy going down, not going down on her, but the guy, them having sex basically. And the way to edit it is just like, here's some jewels, sex, jewels, sex. It just, the way they edited it was just so bad to me, because I'm watching it, I'm like, we know why she's doing this, but it's just like, you just make it like high class prostitution. Like, you could have changed it. You could have changed the edit. Like, this movie's long and it drags itself out towards the end, and then kind of takes away all the beauty of the film that you got in probably like the first half. My favorite parts of this film is actually when she was a kid. When you see the kid version of Margot Robbie and kid version of Jacob, when they meet when they're kids, that's like the best parts of the film to me. And after that, it gets less interesting as it progresses, because I just feel like Margot Robbie is so miscast. And I heard a rumor, I'm not completely sure if it's true, but I think Margot Robbie's character is supposed to be like in her teens. I didn't read the book, but that's what I heard in someone's review. I'm not completely sure if that's true. But if she's supposed to be cast as a teen, like I said, that goes with exactly how I feel watching this movie. She's miscast. They didn't need to get Margot Robbie. Yes, she's sexy, but I'm telling you, the chemistry could have been so good if you got someone in like maybe like late 20s, someone who fits the way she acts, because she acts like a little girl for most of this film, but she's not a little girl. She's clearly in her 40s or like late 40s, but she's still sexy. I don't care about the age. The point is that the age, she doesn't fit the role. She doesn't fit the role. She's a great actress, but if you cast this perfectly, this movie could have probably been so good. We probably would have cared about the tragic ending. You know what I mean? But you don't care. It's supposed to be tragic, but it's not tragic. You don't care about these characters, and if you do, then that's awesome for you. You probably have an awesome toxic love life. But I digress. But yeah, so anyways, besides that, I don't mean to go on a little rant, but besides that, I enjoyed pieces of this film, and I think like the very beginning was, and the very beginning of this film, like when you see them as kids, like it works. I feel like they should have cast it. I think it's just end this review, because I'm just keep going back to the casting. That's really what it was for me that took me out of it. But ultimately, there's pieces of the film I enjoyed, which is the filmmaking, as far as the score, the landscapes, the shots were beautiful, and this what I had on my mind. So here's the thing. Obviously, the guy she's with, he's basically buying her. Like I said, like high class prostitution is with the way it's edited. They should have did it in a different way. If they wanted it to make it really look like, okay, yeah, she spent 6 weeks with him and then now she loves him, they should have gave us pieces of him actually trying to court her instead of just saying, here's, my dowry or whatever, I have all this stuff. Like, show him courting her so we can actually feel like they have a relationship, because it's literally just money, sex, money, sex. That's why I keep saying high class prostitution. But I think they should have. This movie's so long that you could have gave time to her and the husband and the wife relationship. But obviously they don't care about the relationship because they only care about Heathcliff and Kathy's relationship. But if you make that husband and Kathy relationship a little bit stronger, not even, you don't even have to make it stronger. You could just make the courting ritual stronger. So when they're actually married, we care that she's cheating in a way, or we care, we feel that tension. But there's no real tension because we know that she's just waiting for money. But if you kind of made it just a little bit different in the story, as far as showing the husband and her having some type of bond and not just a money bond, then maybe we would actually care about certain parts of this film when it goes in particular ways. But that's where I think my thoughts lie. And it's just interesting seeing this guy, because like obviously he knows he bought her. So like when she's acting out and stuff like that, it's just like, bro, like you can't be mad because first of all, if there was another person who had more money than him, she would have just went over there. So he lied with his money, and that's why it's just is funny seeing this guy like all over the place when Heathcliff comes into the picture, because it's like, bro, like I'm sorry, I was like laughing at some point to this movie because I'm like, he can't even be mad because he knows she's not with him. She doesn't love him. He knows that already. It's like, it just, the games we play. But yeah. Me personally, I think when Heathcliff came back, obviously he was nicely cleanly shaven to show like he's made it and stuff like that. But I think he should have kept that long hair, and he should have just, trimmed, shaped up the beard or something. I don't know. I just feel like that's when it was like, when I think like he was looking like he was all right, like he looked more like a man then. But I mean, the girls probably like them clean shaven or whatever. Or maybe just because he's in that high society, he has to be super clean shaven and stuff. But I feel like he had that luscious hair. They should have kept that with him. I think that would have been cool to see him come back with the still have the long hair. But I understand why. Well, ultimately, this is my review on Wuthering Heights. I didn't mean to make it this long. I didn't mean to do a little rant, but this is just my thoughts. Do what you want. Go check it out if you like. If you read the book, hooray. I just feel like, I don't know. Stage Joe, know the name, spread love and light. This is my review on Wuthering Heights. And let's sign out with let's do an uppercut.